and welcome inside Kendall Ice Arena for today's presentation of Miami Hurricanes hockey against the Florida State Seminoles. I'm Ethan Gainey, goaltender for the Hurricanes, alongside my broadcast partner, Justin Cohen. Justin, yesterday's game was not exactly how Miami planned it, but in the end they were able to sneak out that overtime win. What seemed to be the key in that game?
I'll tell you what, Ethan, you're 100% right. They did a very good job offensively, even though they only had 2 goals to show for it. They had a lot of good chances, but it wasn't that dominating performance that we've seen against some of the other teams this year. So it's a little bit different. FSU was right there in the standings with them, so it was a little bit more balanced as far as the game went. But Miami ended up with a win. Another overtime win in this series. The last 3 games, Ethan, in this series between Florida State and Miami have gone to overtime. Miami has won 2 of the 3.
Right. So as we go through the starting lineups here, I'm just going to wait a sec to hear who Florida State has out, because I was not given the starters. So it looks like Katz, that's Shames, along with McGovern on defense, and finally Gordon.
Ethan, it looks like Miami's going with that top line once again against them to start this game.
Yeah, they're going the same guys. It is the Corgelis line. He centers Ferry and Schneider. And then on defense, Stone and Mensimer. Also, Justin, another thing I want to note is that Harlan Jackson is starting again tonight, something Tom Mello doesn't usually do with 5 goalies on the team, including me. He usually doesn't start the same goalie back-to-back, but Harlan was good last night. Talk to me about the way he played.
He's really coming into his zone. The past few games, he's just been lights out. What I really like about him is he's not the best technical goalie you're ever going to see, but he makes those diving saves, and it's really fun as a broadcaster to watch those. I'm sure Tom is not as pleased with those saves as we are, but it really is impressive to see his acrobatics.
Yeah, he's able to dive for that puck like no other goalie. You know, he's able to just go across crease and push off of one leg. But unlike most goalies, as you said, who will probably go in a full split and get that leg out kicked still on the ice, he's gonna jump and literally dive for the puck. So,
is that something you can do, Ethan?
You know, let's change the subject to hopefully the national anthem.
No national anthem, Ethan, so you got to answer my question.
You know, I think I could dive.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay, yes. No national anthem. And by the way, just to let you all know, if it sounded at the beginning of the broadcast like I was having a mini stroke, that's because I have a delay in my ear between my voice and the headset. So I was just hearing it back and it was jarring at first. I'm getting used to it now though, so.
I'm also getting used to hearing your voice.
Yeah.
Okay, Ethan.
Well, here we go. Once again, last night, the Canes took the first game of this 2-game set against FSU by a final score of 3-2. That one came in overtime.
Yes, Ethan, I misspoke when we were talking before. I said 2 goals, but it's actually 3 goals to their.
Right.
I want to make it fair. But it's not the 16 goals that they had earlier in the season. So definitely a more modest offensive output last night.
Absolutely, but that was really just good goaltending all around. It was Jackson and Silliman for Florida State. So Here we go. So we get ready for puck drop. Sticks down, puck down, and we're underway here at Kendall Ice Arena as Florida State goes back to retrieve it. Schneider has it against the boards, though. He's still battling for it as Florida State. Schneider sends it in front of the net. The goaltender for Florida State chips it away. Mensimer now chips it back into the zone. Ferry gives chase. Florida State's goalie taps it away. In net for Florida State is Jason Prout. As Schneider sends it in front on Prout, kicked away, and now FSU comes up the near side. This is Shames, shot wide of Harlan Jackson, now behind the net. Eludes Shames, and so Schneider grabs it. Mensimer chips it up the board with Corgelis giving chase. Corgelis, he's not going to win that battle, unfortunately. And so it's an icing on the Canes.
Yeah, not too much going on early on in this game. Miami does have a history of scoring early in periods. They didn't yesterday, obviously, but they do have a history of getting on a good start, so we'll see what they can do in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, earlier on in the season, that was one of the difficulties, though. The starts weren't as good, and then we've started to pick it up over these past few games. So Ferry tries to chip it out right in front of Miami's bench. He can, and it's hit by Stone with the hand forward, and they get it out of the zone. So now Lucero for Florida State chips it up into the zone. Fensterstock retrieves, gives it over to Sudeikis. Fensterstock now. Chipped out. That was Owens. Now Mayer to the center of the ice. And it's stolen by Owens. Owens looking at Moore on the near side, and Moore sends it to center. No one there. Shot by Moore, blocked in the slot. And it's cleared. Now here's McGuire. McGuire takes a little hook, not enough for a penalty, and then he slashes the stick, and the ref makes the call on that. So once Miami touches up right here, it's a penalty. Now the ref missed the initial slight hook by Florida State, and then the retaliation penalty by McGuire was called. You really can't do that.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Not much that you can say about this other than it was right in front of us, so we saw that slash right in front of us, and that's as clear as day.
Yep.
You're going to call that 100% of the time. It doesn't matter if they miss the penalty before, you just can't take your own penalty there.
Exactly. And so here's the face-off. One back to Mayer. Mayer dragging, looking towards the net. Chambray shoots wide. Now behind the net. Back up to Chambray. At right point, Chambray looking net. Shot blocked by Lakari and out of play.
A very patriotic shot. It went right into the American flag.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, that's a great play by Lakari, just getting his stick up, staying in position. That puck goes out. So here's the face-off. One back to Chambray. Chambray over to Mayer. Shot well wide. As McGovern now behind the net. Spinning was Stambaugh. Now up to Mayer. Shot. Save Jackson. Another shot. Another save Jackson. A nice shoulder save there as it goes back to Mayer. Looking at Chambray. With the shot. Save by Jackson, and he has the rebound.
Some very good chances there for FSU on the power play. Jackson, when we talked about how he wasn't doing great technically, those were some good technical saves right there. Let's take a look at them.
Absolutely, staying square.
Let this play out, and we'll see that last save.
As there is the save, and now Walsh chips it down the near side. Walsh again at the right point. Now Shames, and that shot's blocked and goes high and wide. As Shames again, he accidentally passes that one out of his own zone, so that's not going to work. And Walsh gives it up to Lakis. There's Slew. Slew beaten to the puck by Mensimer, and he tries to chip it around. He does get it out, and Aben's giving chase. So is Callahan, but neither of them win that battle. It's Walsh for Florida State, and now FSU takes it up. Lakis chips it in to be retrieved by Slew. Slew fakes out Stone, gives it to the point. Slew again. Looking towards the net as a fan is saying to put it to the net. That's what Walsh does, and it goes over. Aben hounding him, and he turns the puck over. So a great play by Aben and a great penalty kill by Miami, keeping up where they left off yesterday when the Canes took about 11 penalties, I believe, compared to Florida State's 3. And another save by Jackson, and he holds the rebound.
Got a really good second half of the penalty kill there. They did let off those shots in the first half of the kill. Once they got that clear, though, FSU couldn't really get good possession.
Face off now between Ross and Lopez. Lopez wins that to Katz. Tries to get it back to Katz as Gupta gives chase. Chipped into the zone, Katrikani. Up to Weissenberger. Weissenberger getting hacked and whacked. No penalty. That's a clean stick check. And so there's Weissenberger. Weissenberger gets checked into the boards. And now Ross. Ross laying a couple slashes down on the stick. And it's chipped ahead and could be a 2-on-1 for Florida State. Into the front, and Jackson with a nice save. It didn't look like they got all they wanted on that shot, so Jackson was able to track it.
Yeah, Jackson got a little bit lucky there. That 2-on-1 kind of broken up there at the end. We'll take a quick look at it here. It was a good opportunity for FSU on the breakout.
A great chance there for the Seminoles.
But I think there might have been a stick that got in the way on the way through.
Right. And now a partial trip on Sudeikis, not called, and he gives the puck up. But McGuire has it now behind the net. Chips it up to Ferry. Riker Ferry, the leading goal scorer for this Canes team. Didn't have one yesterday, but had a lot of chances. Sudeikis. Chipped it up to Ferry. Tried to get it to Corgelis in center, but it's chipped in by FSU. Sudeikis over to his D partner, McGuire. Chipped in again by FSU. McGuire can't get it all the way to Sudeikis, so it's stolen away by Shames for FSU. Now up to the point. Chipped around. Down for Bremer. Sends it out in front. Nothing's there though, so Sudeikis chips it up the far boards, but right to Chambray for FSU, and now it's behind the net. Back up to Chambray. Another shot. Saved by Jackson. Chambray again. Tries to shoot it. A good block there by Corgelis. Chipped out as Schneider gives chase. It's just him and Lucero, and actually McGovern comes in and steals it, but Schneider gets it back and chips it out. Owens looking for what to do with it. Gives it to Mensimer. That looked offside, and it looked like the most late offside call I've ever seen.
Yeah,
potentially.
That was a little late. Just want to go back to Jackson's play and FSU's opportunities on him. They're keeping the puck low. I think they might be tired of seeing them dive around, so they want to keep the puck low and see if they can sneak it under the pass.
Right. If you are shooting it high and he's getting that blocker up, that glove up, what's your next move?
His body up.
Right. The entire chest, as he did last night. As the refs talk with FSU's coach, not sure what about. Maybe asking what he had for breakfast. There's the puck drop. scramble for it, but Moore ends up with it. Looking at the net, looking for Owens, doesn't get it to him. Moore now behind the net. Tries to go to Mensimer, he gets it there. Moore loses it in his skates. Owens now also forgets the puck, but Moore has it back, trying to get to center. Turns it over though. Harity drops it off, and into the Miami zone is FSU. A penalty coming against Florida State as Fensterstock wheels, doing his Beck McDavid impression, going the full 200. And now Florida State touches up and it's a penalty. Let's see what the signal is. Charging is the call.
Yeah, a couple of things there. It looked like a nice hit in real time. We're going to see it now, though. One thing I noticed, though, Jackson was a little late to go out of his net. Other than that, let's see this hit. Yeah, that's a charge now that I see it. It's the second time.
Absolutely. He took about 8 strides before checking into the board, so you don't get that many.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was looking to make that hit.
And there's a clear by Florida State to begin the penalty kill.
I was going to say that this game, even though it was a rivalry game, and yesterday there was a lot of intensity, but it was relatively clean intensity, and I think we're going to see much of the same today.
Yeah, there wasn't many physical battles per se in front of the net, or as many as you'd think there would have been, because there was a couple, but more minor. As McGuire takes it down the near side, Florida State removes him from the puck and clears it. Schneider couldn't keep it in.
And I think part of it is both of these teams are fighting for playoff position. Even this early, they know where they are in the standings.
It's Corgelis now, down to Schneider. Back to Corgelis. Back down to Schneider behind the net. To Ferry, shot off the blocker. Now Sudeikis to Corgelis. Back up to Sudeikis. Sudeikis looking towards the net. Corgelis now at the side. Corgelis down low to Schneider. Schneider looking at his options. In front to Ferry. He can't get it there. And it's cleared by Florida State. Jackson decides to play it up to Corgelis, who just plays it back to Stone anyway. Stone spinning away from Stamba, getting hooked and held, and it doesn't matter as Schneider takes the puck through center. Now Owens makes a nice move at the blue line, looking for the shot, shoots it, score! Ray Owens puts the Canes on the board first. It's 1-0.
Looks like the goalie's talking to the referee, maybe arguing there was some interference in front. We'll take a look at the goal here. It was a really good job of skating to get into that position in the slot. And then he faked it and then ripped it. Actually, he was in the right circle, I should say. He ripped that nice shot, went right past the goalie. There was no interference, nothing in the way.
And you look at that little hesitation move that Owens did at the blue line that was able to shake the FSU defender. That's what started it all.
Yeah, 100%. And I really like how he held on to the puck. Instead of passing it, there were some open opportunities to pass the puck. He held on to it, went to that right circle, and let it rip.
And one of the things I spoke about yesterday was how you always want to get the goalie moving. As a goalie, that's the hardest saves to make. When you're moving left to right, the player's moving right to left, you know? And that's what Owens was able to do there. So now Licari loses it, gains it back for a brief moment, and then loses it again. Now Callahan. Callahan looking at Licari in the slot. He can't get it there, but Mensimer almost had a snapshot. Instead, it was taken by Stone and chipped deeper to Turlick. Turlick gets interfered with, but no call. That's now Mensimer. Chipped out. Stone to Lakari in center ice. Callahan can't find it. It was in the air. Now he does. Working on Katz. Katz gets it further away from Callahan, though, and just plays it up to Mensimer. So Mensimer chips it in deeper. Turtleik goes for it. Aben runs into Katz, and so Ross takes over. Aben fans on the shot. Aben with the check behind the net. That could have been dangerous. But Mensimer's shot off the blocker.
Sorry, Ethan, that check was a little bit high, almost in the neck.
Right. Could have been dangerous. Still battling for it is Aben and Weissenberger. Go with 2-on-1 against Lakis for FSU, but it's cleared out. Castracani now. Doing it himself, taking it down the near side, looking towards the net. He tried to get it to Aben in front. He can't. He still has it, though, and Weissenberger now in the slot. Shot blocked. And it's chipped out. Castracani again just dumps it in, and it's still offside. Weissenberger doesn't realize. Castracani sidesteps Harity and chips it in. Owens, the goal scorer, is given chase as Fenster socks out, and that one's chipped out into the netting. That face-off should stay in the zone.
Ethan, one of the things that we didn't see as much of yesterday are those second, third, and even fourth chance opportunities for Miami. They had a couple of second chance and third chances on that last sequence.
Silman did such a good job controlling rebounds last night. We'll see if Prout can get into true form as the game goes on. It's battling against the boards is Moore and Fensterstock. Owens now given chase. Puts Myhill into the boards. Owens and Moore both trying to get it out from Myhill's legs. But FSU ends up clearing it out. Castracani, who's been out with Sincata now for over a minute on this shift. Chipped in deeper, behind the net, Moore. Now Fensterstock, he just passes it right to FSU in the slot, and they'll clear. Sincata gets the puck in the corner, chipped up to Walsh, shot, and a save by Jackson. He saw that one all the way. Now it pops up to Chambray, shot, blocked away by Sincata. Owens now, battling against the board. Sincata takes a big hit from Lopez. Chambray tried to give it over to his D partner. He can, and now Moore has it on the far side. Moore tries to make a move on Chambray, shoots way high. It looked like that puck rolled on the last second, and he just got under it. Shot by Ferry, a nice blocker save from Prout.
Let's take a look at that breakaway one more time. They actually held it in, and then right there. Yeah, it does look like the puck rolled on him a little bit. Otherwise, he had a clean look at goal.
Right at the end there, but here is Florida State, who chips it out after a face-off win. Lopez is way offside, so he comes back out. Corgelis receives. Ferry tries to chip it out, goes straight to FSU, and they chip it deeper into the corner. McGovern, now McGuire for Miami. Ferry, once again, can't get it out, but a penalty's called.
I didn't see what happened there. It looks like an elbow.
Huh.
I'm going to play back the replay here, and let's just see if we can find it. it's sure.
Yeah, that's tough to see. I think they're saying that when he came in for the check, his elbow was just a little high, but wasn't much.
You don't see that often anymore.
No. But nonetheless, Miami will take the power play. They have an interesting unit out right now. It's their top D pair and their second forward unit for the power play. That's Lakari, Turlick, and Callahan.
It's actually a 4-minute penalty with a double minor.
Wow. So 4 minutes of Hurricanes power play time.
I think he indicated 2 minutes for elbowing, so I wonder if there was some unsportsmanlike conduct or something that happened after the play.
As Callahan shoots into the chest of Prout. And yesterday, Sudeikis, who got sent out for Miami, actually got the misconduct for talking back to the ref. So that's always a possibility.
Right, yeah, that was a weird situation because he had the 2-minute minor and then the unsportsmanlike, but it was so late in the game, it's probably a 10-minute, and the game was already less than 10 minutes remaining at that point.
Exactly, and so...
But a lot of people in the stands thought that it was a game misconduct for the hit.
And if it was, that would have meant he couldn't play in today's game. So thankfully for the Canes, it wasn't, as Mensimer has it now. Looking towards the net, shooting towards the net, rebound. No one can get to it. Schneider now. Down to Ferry. Ferry looking at his options. Schneider at the dot. Looking towards the net. Over to Ferry, rather. And he soars it over the net. Mensimer chips it back to Schneider. Stone. Back to Schneider, looking towards the net. Shots and a rebound, but no one can get to it again. And now giving chase is Mayer. Shot, that one hit the netting. Good save by Harlan Jackson there.
A good job by Jackson to be aware. Sometimes when you're on a power play, I should say, you get a little bit comfortable in that you don't think that they're going to shoot on you. Jackson was watching the whole way.
Owens at the dot. Can't win that face-off, but gives chase now. Checks his man and grabs the puck. Looking at McGuire, giving it to McGuire is Owens. Now Sudeikis down the far side gets it chipped off his stick, so we got a tag up, so it's not offside. Venterstock gives it to McGuire. Almost the full 2 minutes off of the first half of this double minor. Just 2:10 to go. Sudeikis now. McGuire back to Sudeikis. Pinching in, back up to McGuire. Shot right off the shin guard. And now down low is Moore. Moore puts it in front of the net, nobody's there. He was looking for Owens. McGuire taken down to the ice. And Owens gets it back. Shot. A save by Prout is what that looked like. Almost a high stick whistle for Miami, but Florida State touched it next. And now Harlan Jackson trying to play it up to Moore. He does, and Corgelis comes down the near side, chips it around the boards to Ferry. Ferry makes a nice move around one FSU player and a save by Prout. He didn't know he had it.
Seminoles.
And they really made something out of nothing there. They were getting a line change off, so they couldn't get a great opportunity. But Ferry was there, and he made something out of nothing. He got a shot off. Maybe it wasn't the best shot that he could have had. He didn't have a lot of help, but he was able to at least get an offensive zone faceoff.
Mensimer with the drive. Save by Prout. Looked like it got partially blocked on the way. Jackson Plays the puck to Mensimer. Mensimer looking up ice. He gives it to Corgelis. Corgelis now. Drops it for Schneider. Looking Mensimer's way. Mensimer gives it over to Sohn. Back to Mensimer. To Schneider. Back up to Mensimer. Mensimer down to Sohn. In front for Ferry. Shot over the net. A perfect passing play for the Canes, and they couldn't get the shot on net. Ferry gets it back though, looking for Sohn in the slot. He doesn't give it to him. Instead, he takes it to himself in front. And it's cleared by Florida State. Jackson once again plays it up himself. Schneider gives it over to Corgelis. He has Ferry in the middle. Now Schneider turning, shooting, save by Brute. Ferry, shot, save, Brute. Schneider has it again. To the center, shot, another save, Brute. He was looking 5-0. And it's cleared by Florida State. This will be icing because the power play is over.
I have so many replays to choose from here, but I want to show that good passing. Miami crisp with their passing here. Just take a look. Tick, tack, tick, tack, and eventually they got the shot off. It didn't go in the net, but it was a great passing exhibition there on that play.
Castracani with the shot, almost got tipped on the way. It goes wide, and now a tripping penalty is called on Miami.
Yeah, you're going to get that one called 100% of the time when the guy falls over your stick.
It's Aben going to the box.
Just taking another look at it, yeah, that's a clear penalty. Not much you can do either because you're just trying to win that race for the puck.
Face off now at Miami's end. Bremer wins it back to Chambray. Gives it over to McGovern. Back up to Chambray. Chambray looking at McGovern instead. Back to Chambray, doesn't shoot it. Back to McGovern. Down low, back up to Chambray. Back down low. That's Stambaugh. McGovern now. Can't get it in front, so he takes it around. Gives it back over to Bremer. Bremer checked off the puck by Castracani. Good defense there. Still battling. Back up to Chambray. To Stambaugh. To Chambray. Shot. What a block by Weissenberger. Sincata now. Tries to get it out. He can't, but Callahan has it. Callahan's got to just chip that out on the first try, but luckily he gets it out anyway. There's Weissenberger. Tried to get that. Couldn't. And it chips out off the weird Zamboni corner, and it's sent wide. And McGovern gives chase. There is a spot in Kendall Ice Arena where the Zamboni corner will kick off, have the pucks kick off right into the slot. And it's cleared. Played back up to Meyer, who chips it in. But McGuire sends it back out. Harity caught it, sent it back in. It was offside, so they had to wait up, and that'll do it for this first period. Not a bad first period for either team. Once again, another really close game. And if anything, this one seemed even closer than yesterday's game.
Well, it's not closer on the scoreboard. There was no goal scored in the first period yesterday. But I think the difference in this game is that FSU is not getting quality shots. Like I was saying, we're shooting the puck low on Jackson. They're not really getting the puck elevated, which may be a good thing against that goalie. But as far as good offensive opportunities, that's why they have 0 on the scoreboard. Miami probably could have had a couple. They would have loved to have gotten a goal, or maybe even two, on the 4-minute power play. But at the end of the day, you can't be upset with the lead.
Well, that's the end of the first period. Once again, it's 1-0. Miami Hurricanes over the Florida State Seminoles. Once again, you're listening to the University of Miami Hurricanes Hockey Network. That's a mouthful. We'll be back after the first intermission.
And we're back here for the start of the second period. Justin Cohen taking over the play-by-play duties for the second period. Ethan Gainey still with me as color commentator. Ethan, we talked about this at the end of the first. Really balanced game, seeing that these two teams, they entered, I believe, 4th and 5th in the standings, and they're showing that they're pretty much equals so far in this whole series, because they did have Miami had the overtime win, but that was a balanced game as well, and that first period was balanced.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Yesterday I pointed out the fact that Miami only had one win, and it was against FSU. So if we're doing a little bit of math here, that would lead me to believe that if Miami's team last year, that was quite frankly bad, played that well against FSU, I was thinking Miami might come in here and blow out FSU, but it seems like both teams have just gotten better and we're still on the same level.
Take out the power play, something's wrong with it. So FSU is going to have the power play for 15 seconds. Overlay 3 off. So they're going to have a power play, sorry about that, for 15 seconds to start off the second period. What does Miami have to do in those 15 seconds to keep or get the momentum back after taking that penalty late in the first?
Well, I know it sounds cliche, but it all starts with the face-off. If Corgelis can win this puck back, that's basically the end of those 15 seconds once it gets cleared by Mensimer or Stone. If he doesn't, then they got to watch the rush. Stone has to drop back, and so does Mensimer.
All right, here we go. Miami going left to right, FSU right to left, and Miami does win that draw, and they actually have a chance here on the right side, but nothing doing. It was broken up. 10 seconds gone by, 3, 2, 1, and back to even strength after the FSU power play expires. Miami trying to clear it, and it skirts all the way down the ice, and we have a whistle and a penalty behind the play. 19:34 remaining here in the second period, Ethan.
Wasn't sure what the penalty called was. See, we get a tripping
call. Actually, there was an all-sportsmanlike as well. So I don't know if that's going to be a 2 and 10 or another double minor. I guess we'll find out here in a second, Ethan. And it looks like they put 2 on the board, so I believe it's a 2 and 10.
Okay, so just a normal power play then.
Just your regular old run-the-mill power play.
Something we have been practicing a lot in practice is the PK and the power play. Obviously, the PK looked very good yesterday, and there was a power play goal for Moore, although it wasn't when they were set up. It was more of just a play to the center that Moore was open for.
And now he's been tossed from the game, it looks like.
Wow.
So a 2-10 in the game.
And he's still jawing at him. I don't know if that was picked up on the broadcast. He was pretty loud yelling.
Well, it's pretty loud slamming that door as well.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still pretty loud slamming on the boards. This is going to be suspension territory in the second.
We now got some FSU fans talking to the Miami players against the boards here.
But it seems cordial right now. Maybe just trying to figure out what was said.
Oh, boy.
Looks like one of the FSU scratch players is actually going to the locker room to calm his teammate down.
Probably for the best. Still only a 2-minute power play, though.
I don't think I've seen 2 10s and games before, but not a 10 and a game for unsportsmanlike.
Right.
Takes a lot to get a game misconduct for unsportsmanlike, since you're going to have the automatic game suspension.
Yeah, and
the referees don't want to give that out.
You wonder what he said to the ref, because frankly there is no set rule about what you can and can't say. It's kind of at the ref's discretion. If he's offended, he's going to throw you out. If not, he might let you say. Typically
is something about his mother.
Probably.
Who I'm sure is a very nice lady, by the way.
Right.
All right, face-off won by Miami. Played up at the blue line and down low now. So it's a 2-minute power play for the Hurricanes when all's said and done. Intercepted along the boards on the far side and chipped up. Miami will have to reset behind their own net. Here they come over the blue line. Left side circle. Played back to the point. Now cycled over to the right. Here's a shot from above the right circle. Rebound, score! A power play goal for the Hurricanes. Ferry with the goal. And he has something to say for that FSU fan, if I could speak properly, who may have said something just a minute ago.
Yeah, and let's see if we could take a look at that last play as it's cycled around. And then it just ends up in the back of the net after Ferry finds it on his stick right in the slot.
Well, we were talking about FSU goalie not giving up a lot of rebounds. Yesterday, the goalie today gave up a juicy one, and almost another goal there as that puck went into the glass and FSU gains possession. But that's also what we were talking about, Ethan, was getting those second, third chance opportunities. In this case, it was just a second chance opportunity. Played in the corner in the defensive zone for the Hurricanes, and they'll reset, take it over the red line. Miami's offside. 18:05 remaining here in period number 2. 2-0 Miami on top.
And a strong start to the period for Miami. They get a power play, they get a power play goal, and so far haven't given up a shot.
So face-off just outside in the neutral zone. It's won by FSU down behind their net. Fensterstock, right side, centering pass, and it goes right through. So Miami has to take it all the way into their own zone, and they give it up in the neutral end where Lopez falls down, almost intercepted in the offensive zone now. Played up along the boards, over by the Miami bench. Hurricanes reset at center, over the blue line now. Left side circle, shot goes just wide. But again, off the boards, they get the puck back. We are at 5-on-5. As a sent down, and FSU gets a change. Miami within the offensive zone. Back pass into the left circle. Played up against the boards as well. Puck is loose, intercepted. Miami with it. Back pass behind the net. Big hit. Was Callaghan going for it, and then it was centered. They did get a quick shot off. Left side circle. Shot goes wide. 16:05 remaining here in period number 2. 2-0 Miami on top. Looking for the sweep on the weekend. They back into the corner. There's a big hit. You can see FSU getting a little bit more physical, down 2 goals and trying to get anything going in this game. So pass to the left side, shot, save made, rebounds loose. And FSU, the Seminoles, end up with the puck. Trying to get a rush going, but they'll just dump it down and get a fresh set of skaters out there. And Miami's content to play that way. Turnaround pass, nobody there to take it. Here come the Canes with an extra step. There's a breakaway and no penalty as he was falling down during the shot.
Tough to see if that was a penalty there.
Yeah, Gupta had a couple of chances there to get a shot off beforehand, so I don't think it would have been a penalty shot, but you could have made an argument for a tripping call. Here comes Miami again with the head of steam, turning into a 2-on-1. Pass was broken up. And FSU regains. They dump it down, but it goes off the defender, and then they get a quick shot off. But it went into the glass, not on net. 14:07 remaining here in period number 2. They're pinned up against the glass in that near side corner. The puck came loose and is sent around. Right in front now, and that was almost dangerous. Jackson covers it up, and probably the best thing to do there because there was a lot of traffic.
Yeah, Miami really not giving FSU any room to work with.
Yeah, it's impressive. Maybe they're not scoring at a pace that they've done recently, but they're doing a very good job defensively.
Just getting sticks to pucks before FSU can get the shot off.
They're also winning the possession battle, which is keeping some FSU players on the ice a little bit longer than they want to, as that puck was taken back by Miami. But that's making them have to dump and change as there's a penalty coming, and I think it's going to be a holding call, and this may be on Miami.
Let's see if we can maybe get a replay of this penalty right here as you see him take down the man.
Yeah, so Fensterstock going to the box for holding. It'll be a power play for FSU. And I really think as that one's cleared down, Ethan, that this is a huge power play for the Seminoles. If they don't get anything going here, I think Miami could run away with this.
Yeah, it's such a crucial point in this game. We're almost at the midway point, and right now Miami has dominated this one. FSU getting a power play opportunity here to make it 2-1 before the halfway point.
Good hit there in the corner. Miami gets the puck back. And they're playing hot potato here and killing off some time on the penalty kill. Another big hit. You see the Seminoles, Ethan, have gone a little bit more physical over the past few minutes since that second goal. I don't think they're quite in desperation mode yet, as that shot from a sharp angle was saved. Good job by Jackson to keep the side of the net, and he will cover up on a shot that goes right into his glove. You see, Ethan, they're starting to elevate the puck a little bit, which may be a little bit of trouble especially since Jackson's seen so much down low in the first period and the start of the second.
Yeah, now they're elevating it. He took a shot to the blocker and then to the glove. The shots just aren't from great angles yet.
But at least changes the angle of approach for the goalie, so adds to that degree of difficulty. Played up against the boards, another 25 seconds on this power play, and the Seminoles really haven't done much on this power play when they really need to. Played over on the right side, back to the point. Here comes a shot, and that one trickles wide. May have been played by the pads of Jackson. Penalties over, back to 5-on-5. Miami does not keep it in. They'll have to reset at center. I would say another good penalty kill for the Hurricanes, but honestly, I think on that one, the Seminoles really did it to themselves. They had some chances and just didn't do much with them.
Yeah, that's what we call the good old power play kill.
When they do it to themselves, it's a power play kill. I like that. That puck was out in front, but really no opportunity as the Hurricanes player was being accosted by a Knowles player, and that one is in the netting as Seminoles were trying to clear it. 10:41 remaining here in period number 2. 2-0 our score. Miami on top.
Once again, Miami putting pressure on FSU in their own zone.
All right, the faceoff will come on the far side here. After the puck went into the net over on that side, Miami wins it. Played off to the left side. Weissenberger now in front, but it was taken by an FSU stick. Not out though. Now it's out into the neutral zone, and Miami will have to reset in their own end. Weissenberger trying to get around his man, can't do it, but he does end up on the puck. Sends it around. Miami gets it on an interception. And again, it's kept in the offensive zone. Still in the offensive zone. It's a weak shot from the point, trickles wide. It was deflected at least once, probably a couple of times. Miami gets it again in their offensive end. FSU can't clear the zone. 9:47 remaining here in period number 2. Big hit over by the Zamboni doors. Miami still with it in their offensive zone. Now it's intercepted. Here come the Seminoles. It's a 1-on-2, so not much they could do there. Hurricanes trying to get around their man, and they can't. Good up and down play, both sides. It's another shot on the glove of Jackson. He couldn't hold on to it, and it goes all the way down. Won't be an icing because it goes on net. Seminoles one more time, left side, over the left circle, centering pass, loose, covered up. That did a little bit of pinball action.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
As the Seminoles drive through the center of the ice, it's just going to cut back, send it towards the front of the net, but Jackson's on top of that one.
We see that a lot where it goes off a skate, and I guess that's as there's a collision between a UM player and the referee. The referee should get 2 for roughing there, right? Interference, maybe?
Yeah, I think he stepped in front of him.
Jackson makes a save. Miami trying to clear it, and they do. They get it to center. .8:20 remaining here in period number 2. Here come the Hurricanes 2-on-1. Left side. On the backhand, they try to get a forehand shot off. One-handed. Nothing doing. Hurricanes still with possession in front. Corgella so good there with his stick handling, but one-handed couldn't get the puck in the net as that one goes high and it goes in the neutral zone.
Boy, Ferry trying to pick a corner by a centimeter there, you know, and it just soars over the net.
Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit does. It is a game of inches or centimeters, depending on where you're from. That one's off the pipe, speaking of centimeters. Miami continues possession. That was the perfect time for a puck to go off the pipe when I'm talking about measurements here.
Seriously, a game of inches.
Puck trickles all the way down and Miami will reset. In the left side and not much doing there. There's a hard shot blocked in front. Again, Miami trying to get some traffic there, and they can't really get it there. As it's played along the corner, along the sideboards on our near side. .6:18 remaining here in the second period. 2-0 our score. Miami on top. And they've really dominated possession here in the second period, and the game for that matter.
Yeah, what a shift right there by that line with Moore really going after that puck. Fensterstock and Owens. Just a great shift.
Here's a mistake intercepted, but Miami gets it right back. No harm, no foul. Played in the right circle, centering pass, left side, goes this wide. What a chance. Played back to the point once again. And intercepted to neutral zone. Miami getting the puck in the offense zone again. And they do, but there's a Seminole body in front to poke that away. Not out though. This is incredible. Miami still with possession in their offensive zone.
Yeah, Florida State just looks sloppy right now.
Yeah, 100%. And when you dominate the offensive game like this, you really don't give them a chance when they do get the puck to set anything up. They just kind of have to go for it, and they're not even doing that.
They finally break that.
I mean, you got to think it gets to the point where you just got to throw the playbook out the window and just start going for it, right? Because this one's going to go all the way down for icing, and I guess if you're the Seminoles here, it's a bit of a relief that you're going to get an offensive zone faceoff. But the Hurricanes, the past, 4 or 5 minutes, pretty much had the possession in their offensive zone the whole time.
Yeah, I'm sure the Seminoles who are out there were exhausted. They're grateful to get off. But overall, you just got to be better on the puck in your own zone. So many missed passes. That was a huge thing. Every time they tried to go tape to get it out of the zone, he'd end up fumbling the pass, whoever it was, and then someone from Miami would pick the puck up.
Which is exactly what I'm saying. You just kind of go up the ice. Like, don't wait. You just got to go and play it.
Yeah, maybe they start to have defensemen skated out of the zone instead of trying to go to the forward.
Got to try something. Well, if you're Miami, you're happy with the way that they're playing. So it looks like there was a Hurricane player that either had an equipment issue or maybe a slight injury on that icing. Anyway, Miami gets it back in their offensive zone. Weak shot, save made. Here's McGovern for FSU coming in, and he can't keep possession. Hurricanes have it. Here they come, one-on-one. Shot, save made. It's loose, nobody's there to play it. Very, very close as that one goes all the way down for icing to making it 3-0. Maybe just a half step behind where he wanted to be.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try and shoot it high, and then at the last second decided to come in a little closer, only had the bottom of the net to go to.
Well, I think he definitely felt the gust of wind right behind him from the FSU defender. He knew he didn't have as much time as he would have wanted.
Yeah, he couldn't exactly pull it back and shoot an actual wrist shot.
Faceoff will come on the near side. 3:07 remaining here in the second. And it's won by the Hurricanes. Something we said a lot in this game. Seminoles grab the puck. They send it all the way down. This one may go it's going to go on net, so it won't be an icing. A little bit of a break for Miami there. And it's intercepted by the Seminoles in their offensive zone. Still held in by them. But Miami gets it. There's a bit of a rush. But it's played into the Miami bench. And we'll have a whistle and a stoppage play with 2:25 remaining here in the second.
Yeah, almost a mini breakaway there for Corgelis if he had seen the puck at his feet, but he didn't notice it until it hit him.
There were a couple of defenders for FSU that were playing back there, though. But he could have maybe, if he knew that puck was coming at him, probably could have gotten a couple of steps.
Yeah, put on the Jets, but...
Miami wins that, but it's actually FSU that gets the puck off the draw. So the Hurricanes have to come all the way down to reset. It's intercepted by the Seminoles. Played on the right circle. Cuts. Miami gets it along the boards. And it goes off of a stick into the neutral zone, so they have to reset. Hurricanes get it behind their own net. It's Metzimer with it, and there's going to be a stoppage in play. Did it go off the netting, possibly? Did you see the reason for a whistle there, Ethan?
Let's see if there's a replay of this, of where that puck went up. Yeah, went off right off the netting.
I got the optical illusion from my angle. It didn't look like it did, but that replay was pretty clear. Icing on Miami. So we'll do that face-off again. Essentially, this is a free face-off.
You know, I just saw someone propose an NHL rule change that if a team ices a puck twice within 10 seconds, it should be a penalty.
I'm on board with that. Although I'd argue most of the time they're not doing that intentionally.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Hurricanes trying to maintain possession, and they can. It goes into neutral zone. One of the rules I do like on icings, though, Ethan, implemented in the past few years, is the delay of game rule, where you get one warning as that shot was blocked in front. And if you're the team that iced the puck, you get the one warning and then a delay of game penalty if you delay the faceoff.
Right.
That one saved into the netting. And with 52 seconds remaining here in the second, 2-0 Miami leads.
Gotta love as the goalie when you can blocker that thing all the way into outer space.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice, huh?
Yeah. You gotta angle the blocker to the side. Otherwise, if you just leave that blocker straight, the puck's gonna bounce right into the slot, exactly where you don't want it to bounce.
We'll have a near side zone face-off. Seminoles win it. Battle on the boards into the neutral zone. Here they come with a little bit of steam. Intercepted by the Hurricanes. As Sincata send it to the red line, where it's taken back by the Seminoles, and the Hurricanes will reset. Ripped around, and again, Seminoles not getting any chances to set up any plays. So Miami with the puck. Left side circle, snapshot, save made. 10 seconds left here in the second period.
As we take a look at that last shot there from Turlik. He has the puck, retrieves it right here, takes it himself. He sees that Callahan isn't open on the other side, so I'm just going to take this shot and take the offensive zone faceoff with 10 seconds left.
It's definitely going to make it difficult for FSU to get a goal here in the last 10 seconds. Let's see if Miami can capitalize. Kept in, 4 seconds left. Nobody able to get a stick on it in front, and that's going to do it for the second period. But a good second period for Miami, Ethan. It seems like every box they're checking off, with the exception of maybe the 16-goal box from last week, or the other week, I should say. But they're doing their job offensively. They're controlling possession of the puck. They're keeping FSU from getting any chances when they are in their offensive zone. Seems like they're doing everything right.
Yeah, this game, I thought, started out a little bit more even than last night's game. Even with Miami taking 6 penalty minutes last night, they dominated on the penalty kill so much that it seemed so lopsided. This game started off a little closer, chances on both ends, sort of slow moving, and then all of a sudden Miami has taken complete control in the second period.
Yeah, they had about 3 or 4 minutes where they just kept the puck in the offensive zone. They didn't have anything to show for it. They got the goal earlier in the period, but as we head to the second intermission, Miami in a really good spot. 2-0 our score. Miami on top of FSU here at Candlelights Arena. We'll be back for the third period in just a few moments.
welcome back inside Kendall Ice Arena. Ethan Gainey back in play-by-play alongside my broadcast partner, Justin Cohen. This is the University of Miami Hurricanes Hockey Network on YouTube. It's our second game ever streaming on our own service. And once again, we want to remind you that since we are on YouTube and you can use the comments, give us some feedback if you have anything that you would like to say about the broadcast, positive, negative. Make it constructive, maybe, though. Maybe not just negative. But we are open to all, so feel free to use it in the comments. As we get ready for this third period, the Hurricanes up 2-0, Justin. They absolutely dominated that second period. What do you think the key was?
Well, I think the key was that they were just getting the puck. It was a little bit of luck too, right? They just kept getting possession. FSU looked like they didn't want it, so they would just keep giving it to Miami. If they could do that and keep possession, especially that 3-minute period that they had in that second period, if they could keep possession like that, they're going to win this game, and it could even end with the score for FSU the same as it is.
As the face-off, one forward to Ferry. Corgellis whacking at it. Ferry gets it back. Mensimer's there for a slap shot from the point, and it goes well wide, probably intentional. And then Ferry tried to get it to Corgellis in the slot, and it just chips out. And so Schneider giving chase. Schneider tried to get it to Corgellis in center, but Mensimer retrieves it at center ice. Ferry chips it in right off the linesman's head. It's an icing race won by Sam Stone.
I don't know if the linesmen play soccer before the game like the players do, but if they do, that was good practice.
Yeah,
and by the way, I just got to say, I'm seeing a lot of great comments about how awesome the play-by-play guy in the second period was. So thank you so much, everybody.
I mean, the play-by-play guy in the second was amazing. I think the color guy was pretty good too. You know, they had good chemistry. But
yeah, they really worked. We're getting a lot of they bring them back.
Right.
That's why we're here.
And as you were saying earlier, by the way, with all the bounces going to Miami, Islanders' former head coach, Jack Capuano, he now works for the Senators, I believe, used to say the hockey gods are in our favor or they're not in our favor, and that's what he would blame games on. Right now, the hockey gods seem to be in Miami's favor.
Anytime you can drop a Jack Capuano reference, I'm cool with that.
As Fenstersock grabs it behind the net, Moore lays a check, and Sudeikis chips it back to Moore. Down low for Fenstersock. Back behind the net to Moore. Gets that puck chipped off his stick. Owens was going to try and receive it, but now Moore again to the net. Saved by Prout. Behind the net, FSU has it. They're looking for a breakout pass. They might have it. Here comes Bremer. Shot, a nice stick save by Harlan Jackson. Square to the shooter.
I'd say that might have been their best opportunity of the night and one of their only opportunities of the night.
Thankfully, Jackson was square there. He hasn't had as much action as last night, but he still looks good in the net as he plays it to McGuire now. Shames stole it and put it out in front, but a nice save by Jackson. Now Walsh to the net, wide. Fenstersock lets that one pass him and out of the zone so he can go for a change.
If you're FSU, that's exactly the start that you wanted to start the third period. First time we've really seen them get a solid offensive chance.
As the puck comes out of the zone, it's Walsh. Lakis now takes it in. Callahan got a stick on him, though, and so he turned it over. Lakis in the corner to Licari trying to grab the puck. He is able to. But back to Lakis. Watch out, Shames in front of the net. Licari covers him. It's Kashrakani now. Looking at Callahan. Through to center ice comes Turtlik. Turtlik moves to the dot. Shot. Callahan now couldn't corral that puck, and so it goes behind the net. kicks it to Turlick, out in front, no one there. Shames just dumps that one in, and Sincata goes to retrieve. Sincata to Castricani. Durfee is the man back for Florida State, but Aben is able to take it through center. Aben, he has Turlick with him, but turns it over. And now Lopez, Myhill, sends it around the boards. Chipped up and out by Mensimer, and Ross giving chase. Not going to get to that one. Mensimer hits his man from the behind. And FSU takes over. Mensimer can't keep it in, but it's chipped back into the Florida State zone. Deflected, but not even close to in front of the red line, so that's an icing.
Folks watching at home, just apologize for our streaming issues. It looks like we're back now. We had a little bit of a shaky stream there for a second, but we're back.
Gotta love, what was it, maybe Wi-Fi issues, or?
Well, that's what we hope it is. But I don't want to get too technical with the viewers at home. We're just enjoying a hockey game.
As Mensimer chips it into the corner, Ferry retrieves behind the net. Out in front, no one's there. Except for Florida State, who now takes it up the ice. Lopez. Checked off the puck by Mensimer. Corgelis takes it on the back end, and Stone almost loses it. Stone tries to chip it out, chips it to himself, kicks it up to Corgelis, who shoots it across ice to Schneider. Schneider looking at the net. Goes through the goal mouth, no one's there. Now Bremer. Bremer tries a nice deke move around Sudeikis and doesn't go anywhere. Once again off that awkward Zamboni corner. Sudeikis getting hacked and whacked at center ice. The rest don't care. He shoots it, and it's just high. Tried to go glove side.
I feel like that would have been called a penalty earlier in the game.
At this point, though, maybe not, as FSU retrieves. McGovern taken into the boards by Ferry. Schneider now. He has Corgelis on the other end. Looks that way. Can't get it there. And now it's out in front. McGovern just chips that one out. Retrieved by Castricani into the zone from McGuire. Owens behind the net. He has one of Miami's goals. Schneider now. Shot! Just wide from Owens. Owens still has it. Shot again off the blocker. A nice save by Prout. Owens for the third time. Tries to deke to the center. Shot! Another save by Prout.
Owens trying to take this game over here.
Doing it all himself, just like when he scored that goal. Sincata over to Castricani. Owens again. Still has the puck against the boards. Moore tries to help him out. He does. Gets it deeper into the zone. Fensterstock takes a whack at it. Doesn't get it though, and so Sincata has it at center ice. Looking at Fensterstock. Fensterstock down the near side. Shot off the blocker and out of play.
Let's go back to those chances for Owens. I don't think we were able to see all three. We might see two, but we'll definitely see the last one.
As
that
there
was the second one.
Minutes, 9 seconds, the 2-0 hockey game in favor of Miami.
And here he comes again. This was the last one.
Not sure if that one was going to go wide anyway, the last one, but certainly that first chance that you saw in that replay was a golden opportunity.
All three were quality chances, but like you said, that third one probably was going wide.
So Turlick has it in the corner. Gets stripped up. And FSU has it behind their own net. Through center for Lopez. Now Myhill. Mensimer takes him into the boards.
That was a huge hit by Mensimer.
Licari plays it up to Callahan. Through center ice, back to Licari. Now it's Turlick. Turlick looking towards the net. Shot, and it goes in! Mac Callahan has that one deflect off his body and into the net to give the Canes a 3-0 lead with 12:28 to go in the third.
I think that's his first goal in the season, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe his second.
You know, I wish I could go based on the website. Now, the website does say he has a goal.
Oh, man, because that would have been nice for his first goal. It was a beautiful goal. Let's take a look at it. Somehow made his way through.
Yeah, just in the, what did we talk about? The hockey gods in the right place at the right time. As a penalty is called.
I don't know which hockey god is in charge of the penalties, but.
Yeah, that one hasn't been on Miami's side. It's Aben in the box, Grady Aben.
I didn't quite see what happened there.
Yeah, not sure about the call, but the ref is discussing with Grady in the box. So is Coach Tom Mello.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw what happened there. It wasn't interference, but I don't know if anybody agrees with it.
Right. Clearly, Coach Mello doesn't, trying to get an explanation. But the face-off nonetheless in front of Harlan Jackson to his left. Walsh retrieves at the point. Shot. Blocked in front. A lot of bodies out in front, and it's cleared. Immediately going for a change is Stone. Hope everything's okay. Maybe just an equipment issue.
It looks
down
like
the near side, McGovern.
Sorry, Ethan. It looks like he's holding his arm, or maybe his fingers.
Yeah, shaking out his hand. Behind the net to McGovern. Shot McGovern. He saw a space. Harlan took it. Now Walsh. To the net. And it's wide. McGovern. Back up to Walsh. Looks at Chambray, gives it to him. Back to Walsh. Ferry pressuring. Walsh has to give it up quick. McGovern now. Blocked by Sudeikis. Sudeikis battling. Behind the net, no. Up to Chambray. Chambray looking net. Shoots it. A nice block by Corgelis to stick out that leg. He's diving for it now, but he can't get it. And now he clears. What an individual effort by Chris Corgelis.
Yeah, great defense by him there. And for FSU, this is a power play where they needed a goal. And now with 20 seconds left on it and Miami putting the pressure on, they may not even get another chance.
Cats down the near side, taken down, no penalty called. And on the clearing attempt, Schneider just whacks at that one and is able to get out.
I like how he waited, killed off a couple of seconds.
Dumped in the zone. Played up to the point for a shot, but it's blocked. Schneider plays it up to Owens. He may have a 2-on-1 with more. Owens takes it himself. Shot, a save by Prout.
Good opportunity there for the Hurricanes. Owens maybe a little bit too selfish there. Let's take a look on the replay as they come down the ice. In fact, he probably only had the shot there, so maybe I should eat my words there. He wasn't too selfish there.
Yeah, similar play to the goal that he scored when he took it himself, tried to get the goalie moving. As the shot comes and it's gloved by Prout.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you worry about when you're a player with his caliber of talent is if you're a player like him, you want to share the wealth a little bit, but sometimes the best move is to shoot it yourself.
So Stone, shot towards the net. Another shot now wide from Fensterstock. Mensimer chips it in deeper to Moore, who can't retrieve. So Durfee for Florida State just chipped that one out to Mensimer. Cleared out, retrieved by FSU, but right to Fensterstock, who chips it towards the net, but too much on it, so it goes to FSU. Myhill tries to chip that one in. Licari retrieves instead. Lopez hacking at Licari, but he gets it out. Now Myhill sends that one right into Miami's bench.
Yeah, 9 minutes left here for the Hurricanes to hold on to this 3-0 lead. I'm not saying that you want to play keep away yet, and that's really not how the Hurricanes play it. They'll always try to get some offensive opportunities, but Miami's sitting in a good spot. You don't want to blow that now.
With just 9 minutes to go in this game.
Sometimes when you're up by 3, it's get a little bit too comfortable.
Yeah, 3-goal leads can be dangerous in hockey. Maybe not as dangerous as 2-goal leads. But nonetheless, chipped in by Licari. Prout coming way out, and he shoots that one over. And Florida State won't be allowed to change because that one went straight out. And if this was the NHL, that would have been a delay game penalty.
You
but
ever
it's not.
do that in your time as goalie?
I have not.
You have better aim. You can get it on the glass.
Yeah, quite frankly, I don't know if I could lift it that high.
you keep it more along the boards?
Yeah, we're like
over by the yellow?
Yeah, maybe to the top of the blue, right at the top of the boards.
Fair enough.
Licari can't retrieve that puck, so McGovern tries to take it out, and he does. Gets it into Miami's zone, but immediately chipped out by Kastrikani. Back to Florida State. A nice toey to get in the zone, and a shot, and Harlan Jackson sticks that one away. Bremer now tries to send it out in front to McGovern. He couldn't get it there, and so Licari retrieves. Licari tries to play it out of the zone, and he can't. Bremer's there. Turlik up ahead of the play. He has a little bit of room to work with, but he curls back around. And a big hit there. The ref calls a penalty for an elbow. Looked like he just got that elbow up a little high. And oh no, you have to hope that Turlik is okay here as he's still down on the ice.
Yeah, that's not good. He's very slow to get up. Actually, he's not getting up.
The trainer's coming out right now.
Looks like he's up now. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
It's always possible.
Doesn't look like he's favoring anything.
I think it just shook him up, you know. If you get hit in the head or in the chest area, wind knocked out, or it could just be a shaky sort of hit.
Now what's interesting here is they could easily call this a major just because the player was down.
And I think that's what Corgelis, the captain for Miami, was asking the ref about, how many minutes that penalty is going to be.
I've shared this on the broadcast before. I've talked to a couple of officials that ref at this level, and one of the things they say is that if a player goes down, it's only going to be a 2-minute penalty in this case, but they do have the right to make it a 5-minute penalty even if it wasn't justified in the initial hit.
Shot, and it somehow stayed out. It was behind Brute. So 1:39 to go on this power play. Almost ended very soon, but Sudeikis will take it in. Shot from Gupta, and a stop with the stick. Now Gupta is a guy who's usually on the back end. He's usually a defender, but the team has him playing forward this game, so something new for him.
Yeah, we've called his name a little bit more in this game. Let's take a look at that opportunity right at the start of the power play. I have no idea how that stayed out.
It must have sat right on the goal line. Schneider to Mensimer. Mensimer looking towards the net, but gives it to Schneider. Mensimer again, now down to Stone, but a little far in front of him, so Corgelis retrieves behind the net. Snyder almost wiped out, but he retrieves the puck. Corgelis switches spots with Schneider. Corgelis to the slot, shot. Schneider was almost there for a tip in front. Ferry, a great save by Brute. Jackson, as he's done all game, chips the puck all the way up to the other blue line. Ferry up to Mensimer. Mensimer, looking shot pass. Schneider got a tip on it, but Brute made the save. Stone couldn't retrieve that shot, or pass I should say, but it looked like a shot. And now that goes in front of the net and to the back. Ferry up to Stone. Stone back to Ferry. Ferry looking at Stone, now he's looking at the net. With the shot, sticked away. Mensimer catches it, shoots, save. It's right in front of the net. It went through the 5-hole, and no one can retrieve it as Stone just gloves it down at center ice. 3, 2, 1. The penalty is over. So a strong power play for the Canes, but no cigar.
3 very good chances for Miami on that power play. 3 that probably would have been goals any other weekend.
So now a battle against the boards. Ferry back to Stone. Stone shot deflected wide. Schneider behind the net to Corgelis, out to Ferry. Can't retrieve it though, and so Walsh for FSU chips it in. Back check on Castricani. And Walsh chips it in. No, he doesn't. Schneider retrieves. Schneider going 1-on-4. Schneider still has the puck 1-on-4. Out to Castricani. A tough angle shot. Almost went in off the goalie. And now Owens, another shot. Saved by Brute. Castricani looking towards the net. Blocked. Castricani kicks that one back in the zone. Stolen away by Moore. Moore has Owens with him and Fensterstock right in front of the net. No one covering him. But FSU grabs the puck. Castricani almost jumped that pass, but it got deflected over his stick. And now Sincata through center ice. It's way offside. And an easy call for the linesman.
I know you want to go back to that power play. The last opportunity here. And Miami had 2 very good chances. 3 really. I don't know. 3 where you could say, man, that should have been in the back of the net.
Definitely some good goaltending from Brute, but also just some missed opportunities. So it's chipped around. Turlick giving chase. Turlick can't retrieve. Licari now on Lopez. McGuire chips it in the zone. Pruitt tried to stop that behind his net. He couldn't. And so Licari is able to catch up to it. Lopez gets hacked by Callahan. Turns the puck over, and it's at center ice for Turlick. Lopez turns it over. McGuire. Harity chips it in the zone for the Seminoles. Lopez to the net, sticked away nonchalantly by Jackson. Now it's against the far corner. Out in front, Jackson didn't expect that. Lucero. Now Aben for Miami to Mensimer. Just 2:30 to go. Miami content to hold and then dump and chase. Stone pinches, keeps it in the zone for a little while, but now it's chipped out. Florida State taking it in, a pass to nobody, and Mensimer taken down in front of the net. Jackson just covers.
On that play, Jackson was tripped up, but it looked like it was just because the defender was taken down. So no call on that. You know, one thing I noticed, Ethan, in this game, and really yesterday as well, and probably the reason why it was 3-2 yesterday, it's 3-0 and not 5-6 or 7-0. Miami puts on these passing clinics in the offensive zone, but they're not able to get someone when they're putting on those clinics in front. FSU's done a very good job of keeping the front of the goal blocked, so when they're passing the puck around, they can't get anybody in front to put it home. Now, they've been able to get in front, but not when they're passing the puck around.
Yeah, one of the biggest things we've been working on in practice is actually getting guys in front of the net and screening the goalie. Obviously, it's nerve-wracking to stand in front of a slap shot from a guy like Max Mensimer, but of course it's a part of hockey and it's an important part.
And it's something Miami was doing a couple of weeks ago.
So Florida State throws it in front of the net. McGovern has it. Jackson kicks it out. Another shot blocked by Ferry, and he may have a partial breakaway. He's coming in on the far side at the dot to Corgelis, passes it to Weissenberger. One too many passes, and Weissenberger couldn't finish that one.
Being selfless sometimes doesn't pay.
As now Weissenberger gets it back. At the dot, he shoots, and it's blocked. He'll go for a change. Sincata. Down low to Corgelis. Tries Ferry. Ferry fans on the shot. Now McGovern. Shot. It's wide. Kashrakani tries to chip that one out. Fensterstock. It's a battle against the boards, just 26 seconds to go. As here comes Owens. Owens tried to go over to Ferry, he can't get it there. Owens again, he looked up at the clock. He sees there's only 15 seconds left. Let me just hold it behind my own net. Kashrakani now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the Miami Hurricanes come in today and beat the Florida State Seminoles by a final score of 3-0 following a big 3-2 overtime win last night. It's back-to-back 3 goals scored for the Canes. This time, Harlan Jackson gets the shutout. Not as much action as last night, but an overall great weekend for the Canes.
You know, Harlan Jackson came into this weekend with a goals against average around 5. He led in over the course of the weekend 2 goals. He had an incredible weekend. I think it's safe to say that he has earned this spot starting in both games over the weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting next weekend as well. But Miami as a whole in this game played a very good game defensively, offensively, winning the faceoffs, the passing game, the possession game. Yes, would they have liked to have maybe gotten a few more goals? Of course, it'd be nice to get them. But 3-0, they will more than take that. And now they go to 8-2 on the season, and they bring FSU down to 500. Both really impressive.
A real feel-good game for the Hurricanes. You know, it's such a big rivalry, Florida State Seminoles versus the Miami Hurricanes, and it carries over on the ice. However, it wasn't that physical per se. Why do you think that these games didn't get as chippy as we might have thought they did?
Well, I think it was physical to start the game yesterday. I thought both teams came out with a ton of energy, and they were hitting, but they were doing it the right way. They were playing the game clean. You know, I've seen multiple times this season, and it's not just Miami, it's opponents as well. They take intensity to a different level, and they turn that intensity into physicality, which turns into penalties. It turns into, you know, boarding calls, and we saw a couple charging calls this weekend. You know, stupid penalties like that on both sides. But both teams knew how important these games were and how they didn't want the physicality to decide these games because of how close they were in the standings. I think that meant a lot. It's a different game than it was last year when Miami was a D3 team playing against, or a D2 team playing against a D3 team. Miami, FSU at the same level, really fighting for playoff possession.
As Billy Sincata, number 10 for the Hurricanes, throws a puck to fans in the stand. Gotta love it. As the community is built supporting this team. For all who didn't know, just last night we posted a win post on our Twitter, and it ended up finding its way on every Miami fan account for some reason, you know, saying Miami has a hockey team, that's crazy, you know, and of course beating FSU is big. So as we try and expand the brand of this Hurricanes team, we now have this incredible YouTube broadcast. Social media hopefully will keep going, and then the wins. Of course, it's got to start with the play on the ice, and finally we're seeing some good play.
Yeah, it's really been impressive to see the turnaround on the ice. The culture off the ice has been impressive as well, and like you said, doing these streams, the social media presence has just been impressive. And I think it's shown here in the stands as well. We've seen a lot more fans wearing that gear, showing up to games. Remember, if you're watching at home, maybe you're in your dorm right now, you're watching, you're like, hey, I'd love to go see a game. All you need is a car to get out here to Kendall. Admission's free, and this team is a lot of fun to watch, and they're going to be fun to watch the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's only a 20 to 25 minute drive from campus, so very
Ethan's
doable.
offering to drive people. It's really great.
Oh, I am. Oh, yeah.
Well, I offered for you, so
right.
I figured, you know.
As long as I get 5 stars and tip nicely, then I'll drive.
And make sure we keep the car clean.
Right.
There will be a cleaning fee.
Well, as we get the Zamboni on the ice, the refs come off the ice, and this game comes to an end. I'd like to thank you all for listening to the University of Miami Hurricanes Hockey Network, streaming live on YouTube. It's been fun. Goals scored by Ray Owens, by Jake Turlick, and then at the end there, by Matt Callahan.
Can't forget that one.
What?
Can't forget that one.
Yeah, no. It happened sort of in a time in the game where it was Miami was just dominating for so long at that point. But once again, I want to thank you guys for listening. I've been Ethan Gainey from Justin Cohen. We really appreciate all the support and you guys taking this time on your Saturday to listen and watch the Miami Hurricanes hockey team as they move to 8-2 right now. The Seminoles move to 5-5. That puts Miami in third place in the division. Have a great night.